Leave it to me to still fuck something up. Can y'all hear me? Firstly, hi. Can y'all hear me? Thank you. I'm afraid I have like a major delay. Can y'all hear me? Okay. It's like, am I on? Is it working or not? Okay. Hey everyone, welcome. Do you know how you can tell I'm a millennial besides what just happened there? That's a biggie. But look at my fucking headphones. What year is this? 1999? Jesus Christ. Anyway, so thank you all for being here. So I kind of titled it a little weird. So it says the Roy West of it all, but what I really want to do tonight is so Roy West was a former lead homicide investigator in Indianapolis. He has an amazing record behind him, and he came into Delphi after the murders to give them suggestions, lend a helping hand. So he ended up writing out this email. He sent it to Jerry Holman with all these like bullet points of things he suggested and like details about the killer. So what I want to do is take all of those and take all of the bullet points that we have from the FBI that got released as far as their criminal profile. They never released like a full one, but what we do have. And what we're going to do is go through each bullet point, and then we're going to assign a point to each suspect of all the suspects that we think we have. I picked like main suspects. Hold on. At the end of it, we're going to tally up each suspect's score, basically. And whoever has the most points is obviously the killer, and they need to be arrested immediately. Just kidding. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And then after that, we are going to discuss a gentleman by the name of, I'm just going to say his name, J Crisman. He is the livestock delivery driver that worked with Elvis in Rushville. And he is the gentleman that pretty much ties Elvis to everyone else. Okay, so we're going to get into him. I've managed to do some research on him, and I found a good amount, but when I posted about it on Twitter, a couple more people actually gave me way more info than even I could find. So, and there's a lot. And I will say that J Crisman is probably my number one person of interest now. This is all alleged. This is all speculation, so no one come crying to me in the comments, please. Thank you. Okay, so share window. I don't know what just happened there. Hold. This is fucking crazy. This is why you don't give newbies this kind of power. They don't know what to do with it. Can y'all hear me now? Okay. My shit is so delayed, guys. The delay from my restream to this stream is insane. So this is not working out. Okay, we're just gonna move forward. Okay. So you know what, y'all? I'm sorry. This is so fucked up, and I'm very embarrassed right now, but this just isn't working. Back and do this the right way on Friday when my next show was, because I didn't have an idea for Friday anyway. Can you hear me? Okay, if you can hear me, put a 3. What a fucking shit show. Okay, so you can hear me and you can see the screen, right? Right? Okay, okay. Okay. God help us all. Here we go. These are the suspects that I've written down, okay? So I have Ron Logan, Brad Holder, Elvis Fields, Patrick Westfall, Johnny Messer, James Bryan Chadwell, Garrett Kurtz, Keegan Kline, Charles Eldridge. Am I missing a biggie besides those gentlemen? I said earlier to Guy, like, this is Struggle Bus RS, y'all. It's a one-woman show out here, all right? I'm doing the best I can. Yes, it is. I'm trying to do this in a better way where I don't have to. Higher screen. There she goes. Okay. Okay, besides those suspects, are we missing anyone else? Any biggies? And we are counting, obviously, Richard Allen. We're not going to be totally biased here. These are like the big suspects that I can think of over time. we don't necessarily have to give each one of them a point. We could get rid of some obvious ones, like I really don't think it's Charles Eldridge. I don't believe it's James Shadwell. Let's leave it like that. That'll do. Oh, Gabe Ellis is a good one. Gabe Ellis. Mass, if you're watching this, my keyboard and my silent mouse, the shipment got delayed, so I don't have a silent keyboard and mouse, so it's going to be loud. So pass if you're watching this. I'm sorry, but probably just don't watch it because the sound is going to get to you. Okay, back to this. Gabe Ellis. Gabe Ellis. Okay. All right, now let's do this part. So all of them are going to be this age. All of them are going to white. All of them are familiar. Okay, connection to the Monon High Bridge. The bridge is a key location in the crime, suggesting the suspect may have used it before or have a connection to the area. Who can we apply that to? We can definitely Ron. Yeah. Would we give that to Brad? Do you think he has like a connection to it necessarily? Yes. Okay. How about Elvis Fields? Oh, Greeno. I'm so stupid. Greeno. Greeno in my head is like a character, like a cartoon character, because of that video where he's dancing. Don't copyright strike me. Okay, so then Elvis gets one. Elvis gets a 1. Patrick lives right there. Johnny Messer, does Johnny Messer get a 1? Bear with me, guys, if there's a little pause because I'm working with the delay between my stream to you guys. So bear with me. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good point. Everyone who lives there knows and probably has some sort of like history. That's true. So we'll just do that with everyone. Didn't Reno live under there during that time period? Okay. Now here's a good one. Military or law enforcement experience. The suspect's methodical approach and organizational skills could suggest prior training or experience in a structured environment. All right. Ron was in the military, correct? Brad had military. I don't know why I did that. Elvis. Does Elvis have any military? Westfall, not Elvis, right? I don't think Elvis would. Can you imagine? Okay, Messer. Did Messer go? Oh, Daniel Pearson. Oopsie. Amy would kill me. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, he gets a 1 too. We all get a 1. Okay, military. Messer. Does Messer have military? Do we know? My plant beverage is not hitting quick enough. Okay, so Messer, we don't know. Okay. Garrett Kurtz, was he in the military? Do it. Okay. Greeno. Okay. Do we know who else in this list, instead of going through each one and waiting for the delay, who else on this list below Garrett Kurtz was in the military? Shut up. Was Greeno really in the Iraq War? Mrs. Taylor Shabaznius. What's that noise she made? Okay, maybe my plant beverage is hitting. Okay, just right. All right. Now, intelligence and planning. The suspect's actions indicate a high level of planning and execution, suggesting intelligence. All right, so who's smart? Elvis. No. Ron, I would not say is smart. Oh, Greeno. Greeno. Sorry, I see it. Okay. Who is smart? That's a no. That's a no. That's a no. You know what, Pat? I'll give it to you. But you convinced my over 60-year-old mother that you were a good young gentleman. So we'll give that to you. Johnny Messer. Oh, Ron was smart? My bad. Okay. Johnny Messer, do we know? Probably not. Right? I mean, anyone could be an electrician, woman. I could go be an electrician right now. Who's smart? Would you? I would say Keegan's smart. I would. Okay, Daniel Pearson. Would we categorize? Okay, who of these would you categorize as like high intelligent? Because I'm telling you right now, like, I don't consider Richard Allen like of high intelligence. So think about it that way. Like, I think he's an average intelligence dude. The crime scene and the organization and all that shit, I think, is where they're getting that this person is a little more than normal intelligence, average intelligence. Oh, okay, Keegan's done. See, this is why this works. Okay. So we're gonna give Master was able to counterfeit. Oh, that's kind of cool. And if you get away with crime all the time like he does, you gotta, yeah. Okay. Oh no, Keegan's done. So we're giving Rick another one. We're giving Rick a 3. All right. Gabe Ellis, we don't know. Greeno, is he smart? Just in the grand scheme of brain capacity, I'm not trying to give him too much credit. All right, we'll just move forward. Okay, personality. The suspect likely possesses a sense of entitlement and a lack of empathy, as evidenced by the nature of the crime. Well, I think Ron Logan definitely lacks empathy because Audie. Brad Holder. I don't know enough about Brad Holder. I would say all of the. If they don't have empathy, if they're willing to murder someone based on the color of their skin, fuck these guys. You don't have empathy. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. Keegan. No, yeah, Keegan. Elvis. Oh God, Elvis beats his children. Oh, okay. All right. Possible occupation. A skilled tradesman or someone working in a hands-on profession is a possibility. I think they all kind of apply for that. Not Keegan. It's not really a hands-on profession. I mean, okay, don't say working. Don't get there. All right. Psychological profile. The suspect may be a loner or someone who struggles with social interactions. That one's interesting. That one might be hard. Because all of these guys, they socialize with each other, right? Like they're in all these clubs, like the Masonic Lodge and all that stuff. Like that is pretty much all about socializing with each other. Besides the murder and shit. Yeah. Who's a loner? Who's a loner? I don't know. I don't know about that one. Okay. Anyway, now we're going on to some other ones. Let's say, who do we know of any of them that changed their appearance? Do we recall any of them changing their appearance? Gabe Ellis, Broad Holder. Help! Okay, Brad Shave. Ron pretty much had to stay the same. He was all over the place. Garrett Kurtz. Hi, Chelsea, by the way. And hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm just so paying attention to this. But yeah, Chelsea, we're doing like a really, really, really low credit profile counting right now. Okay. Change their appearance. Okay, started abusing drugs or alcohol when they wouldn't have beforehand. That's kind of tricky, but so for example, we know by Amber Holder's testimony that her marriage with Brad started going downhill real quick because he started drinking more, and this was after the murders. So we can give Brad one. Okay. Yeah, we're doing a speculation. Hi. Let me take a brief moment again to pause this to let everyone know that I am not a doctor, nor do I pretend to be one. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a detective, I am nothing. I am just a person with curiosities, just like all of you. But we're having a little funsies here, so take the tampon out of your butt. We'll have a good time. Okay. That one's hard because we really don't know who would have like picked up more drugs or alcohol, really. Like we weren't there. Okay. Has become anxious or irritable. They're all like that. Did anyone take an unexpected trip after February 13th? No. How would we wouldn't know that? Okay. Has obsessed over the Delphi murders and constantly talks about what they were doing on February 13th. That one's okay. Obsessed over the murders and keeps talking about it. Ron, Brad, I guess. Patrick, interviews. I don't know anything about that one. Okay. Obsessed. Rick was definitely not obsessed. Can I give Greeno like 5 for this one? Daniel Pearson, you get one. You got high interest. Okay. Moving along. Trying to get through this. Okay. We already kind of did that now. And okay. So this one, planned religious, goal-oriented, rage, revenge, whatever. We are going to look at this list and give a point to everyone who has anything to do with the damn Onist, Asteru, whatever the hell you want to call it, shit that they do over there. All right, so every one of them gets one. So that's you, that's one of you, that's you, that's you. Is he one? He's one, right? Yeah, I think I heard. How is Keegan not that many? No. Gabe. Did Gabe Ellis do that shit? Chelsea. Gabe Ellis is one of the meth guys. Gabe Ellis is your winner chicken dinner if you are of the belief that it was a bunch of meth heads in a deal gone wrong, Derek German, yada yada. And Gabe Ellis is probably one of your tops. Wait, no. Don't fucking call me out like I do not have BPD. I just want to say that. But now I might have to get screens. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So after all this fun stuff, our little game, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 for holder, 3 for pet, 6, 7. Logan, I feel like I must have missed something. Okay, so it looks like the main 3 are Ron, Brad, Patrick. Interesting enough, of those for our random little game that we just did. Okay. Now that wasn't just for fun. It was, but I want to introduce you guys to a gentleman by the name of J Crisman, because he's a very, very interesting individual that is brought up in the Murphy Report. He is the gentleman that was a truck driver, and he delivered livestock. He delivered hogs, pigs, whatever, to different pig farms in the Midwest. And one of them happened to be in Delphi, and one in Rushville. And at the one in Rushville, Elvis was working down there too, so they would work together a lot. So that's how Elvis ended up getting to know him, and that's how he connects Elvis to the other guys. What made me want to look into this guy was when I was just randomly just reading stuff, as we all do every day, just randomly reading Delphi shit. I kept thinking about the way they described the girls as though their throats were slashed almost in the way of slaughtering a pig. That always really stuck out to me. So when I heard that, wait a minute, one of these guys that was Elvis's friends, that's the connection, I hear he delivers them? Well, he's got to know how to slaughter them, I would imagine. I'm sure he needs to know that at times. So I got highly, highly interested in him and tried to do some research, and I found some things. And Ticking Time Bomb gave me a lot of information. Ticking Time Bomb's in the chat, shout out. Ticking Time Bomb gave me a lot of information beyond what I could even find. And holy moly cannoli. Okay. I'm going to go in there first. Okay. So in a few different transcripts, the Todd Ferenczi Murphy Report and the Todd Click testimony, all that fun stuff that came out recently. Here's one first entry. So we were able to connect Josh Crisman. We knew that he was a semi-truck driver that conducted deliveries for a company called Flynn Livestock that would transport hogs to different facilities. I know that Weichman's Pig Farm in Delphi and then the Tyson plant in Logansport that they would make deliveries to. Elvis Fields kind of worked under the table at Flynn Livestock, and he would get paid by the drivers to load and unload the semis, and he would periodically ride with the drivers to make the deliveries. Question is, so Johnny Messer knew. What's this guy's name, the new guy you were just talking about? Josh Crisman. Josh Crisman. And Josh Crisman knew Elvis Fields. Yes, that is correct. So we were able to connect Josh Crisman. We knew that he was a semi-truck driver that conducted deliveries for a company called Flynn Livestock. Oh, I was about to read that. Okay, we're gonna go to this other. Okay, this is from Ticking Time Bomb. Ticking Time Bomb. This became one of their top POIs, and they did a ton of research for like 2 years. They said, and just got so much information from this guy, which is really hard to do because if you try to look this individual up online, he's essentially scrubbed from the internet. He has no online presence whatsoever except his LinkedIn and profile for their business. He and his wife have some business. You'll see. And then his wife does have a lot of social media, but she has 0 pictures of him. It's like her and their kids. They have 5 kids and nothing of this guy. It is the oddest thing. So that just got me more in my, what the hell is going on here? So Josh Crisman is a pagan Wiccan, a truck driver that worked with Elvis Fields. We know through the Click Ferenczi Murphy investigation that he had no alibi. It's stated he told them he was delivering hogs on 2/13. But they found out he didn't arrive in Michigan to do that until 2/14, which is very interesting. And then he allegedly had a girlfriend in Delphi in 2017. We don't know who the girlfriend is. I tried. I was looking so hard. He's a known white supremacist, okay? He's known to be good with Brian James, that type of shit. He was at a MAGA rally with these guys. You'll see pictures. Anyway. Okay, he has a very long criminal history of violence. You guys see all of this. Ticking Time Bomb actually FOIA'd all of this. It's incredible. Through that, you'll find one of these reports involved a switchblade. Also, he moved from Rushville to Morristown between February of 2017 and July of 2017. He resembles the sketch in physical features. Oh, and then, again, he has no online presence, almost seems scrubbed. It's very odd. Very odd. Okay. So, he delivered hogs near the Monon High Bridge about a year before the girls were murdered. Weichman Pig Company opened in Delphi. It is a pig farm. And Josh was known to deliver livestock there. This is the company he worked for in Rushville. Now, we were talking about Roy West earlier and the email he sent. This was from that email. He pointed out that the wounds looking like bleeding and the slaughter of a pig And these are instructions on how you do it, how you would stun them, and then slit their throat with like just a really sharp blade of some kind. Okay. So Johnny Messer knew, what's this guy's name, the new guy you were just talking about? Josh Crisman. And Josh Crisman knew Elvis Fields. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so that's another connection. Were there any other connections to Brad Holder between Elvis Fields and Brad Holder? Between Josh Crisman and Johnny Messer, I don't recall any others. We were able to connect Elvis Fields to a gentleman by the name of Josh Crisman. Crisman was originally part of a group called the American Guard. There was a Make America Great Again rally that was held in Indianapolis approximately 2016, I believe, where the American Guard and the Vinlanders were together. And after that rally, they had a house party at a gentleman's house by the name of Mickey McGinley. Mickey McGinley? McGinley, yes, thank you. Mr. McGinley was also a Vinlander. He was also friends with a gentleman by the name of Brian James, who was the head of the American Guard. Yeah, so friends with Brian James. Friends with Brian James. That part's like, okay. This is Todd Click's note stating that Crisman said he had deliveries he had to do on 2/13, but they find out he didn't even show up to work till 2/14. This is a mugshot of the gentleman we were speaking about. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Can you tell I'm a millennial yet? Can you tell? Can you tell? So, that's J Crisman. Dirty blonde hair. He's got them droopy, sad eyes. I think so too. True. Everybody can look like YBG. You could literally, I mean, both of them, honestly. We've seen a million different people compared to the sketch. And so, well, that could be, so take that for what you will. But that's him. Okay. This is them and these losers at their little fun rally. Oh, we're a bunch of maggots. Yay, fuck us. Okay. Here is the photo that made me go, huh? Bro, look at that body type. That's insane to me. This body type is killing me. Because when I look at that bridge guy, dude, the legs don't necessarily look like huge, but like the tummy was so obviously sticking out. So that like really stuck out to me. So when I saw this picture, I was like, whoa. Hands in pockets. Yeah. And do you guys remember towards the beginning when they said that they think Bridge Guy could be a younger guy who looks old? No. Was it like a younger guy who looks older? Like a younger dude who was dressed older. Some shit like that. Anyway. Tell me this man does not look like old, but like in his 40s, not necessarily like, yeah. What is on his hip? A gun, probably. I'll go look again. Oh yeah, he's a real nice dude. Really nice man. Really great guy. Let's keep going, shall we? Please do not reach out to any of these people, by the way. Please do not reach out to any of these people. And not just because it's rude to like reach out to people, but because these people are actually really, really dangerous. Really dangerous. Like, no joke. So, please don't. No. He lived in Rushville. His kids didn't go to school with the girls. He lived in Rushville and then Morristown. Josh. Hey, we're talking about Joshua Crisman. Joshua. Anyway, why do you have more than one of this hat, by the way? Like, who? Like, that's a novelty hat. I'd own maybe one. He's got two in the same freaking color. Alrighty. Now we go down to the wifeys. As you see, wifey follows all these fun things like Odin clothing, Norse fate, Northern pagan. All these people hang out in these crowds doing their weird people shit. Oh yeah, her MySpace name, Aryan Angel 69. That's her. Again, please do not reach out to these people. All right, here is a report from one of his arrests. On the above date and time, I, Deputy Steve Houston, while on regular duty, was dispatched to the 3000 block of NCR 350 for a citizen dispute with the use of a handgun involved. Due to my distance, I requested assistance from RPD and ISP. I arrived at the Thomas residence where Officer C. Smith of RPD was on scene. The Thomas state that they rent the home from Kaylee and Josh Crisman, who live next door. Thomas stated that over the last few weeks, tensions between the two have been high concerning civil disputes, tenant-landlord issues. Today, Thomas stated that Kaylee Crisman with her children came onto the property cursing at them regarding some type of home inspection. Thomas took exception to Crisman shutting off the LP gas and locking the cover. During the verbal exchange, Josh Crisman arrived and produced an unknown make of a handgun, silver in color, and pointed it at the Thomas family, including their small children, who were outside. Mr. Thomas states he also produced his handgun and retreated with his family back inside of his home. Thomas states that Mrs. Crisman took the pistol from Josh, put it in her van, and left. Officer Smith started gathering taped statement from the Thomas family. I made contact with the prosecutor, Cavanis, and briefed him on the events. Cavanis advised that with the taped statements and circumstances, that I could arrest Josh for the above charges. I assisted Smith with victim statements. During the time at the Thomas home, all parties were upset to the point of crying and shaking. They all appeared to be in great fear of the Crismans and what they may do next. Officer Smith, Trooper Downey, and myself went to the Crisman home, which is the next residence south of the Thomas home. I was met at the front door by Josh Crisman. I asked what was going on, and he replied, nothing. Josh was very calm and acted like he didn't know why we were there. I told Josh of the accusations and that I was placing him under arrest. Josh didn't show any emotions whatsoever and offered no resistance. I did not question Josh and transported him to the RCSD jail without incident. Josh was left in the custody of jail staff on the above charges. Blah, 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 blah. Here is another narrative report. I believe this is a separate report. On November 8th, 2020, at approximately 11:38 a.m., I, Deputy J.L. Griffith, was dispatched to for a report of a domestic battery. Dispatch advised that the male had a knife and was currently stabbing a van at the property. Corporal Jeff DeWitt and I arrived at the scene at approximately the same time. Corporal Justin Parker and Deputy Ben Reuter arrived as well. Corporal DeWitt, Corporal Parker, and Deputy Reuter were all dealing with the male in front of Corporal DeWitt's patrol vehicle. I located a juvenile male standing behind a van at the residence. The man was identified as Blank. Blank stated that his mother was inside the residence. I briefly spoke with Blank, but he stated that his parents had gotten into an argument that was becoming physical. Blank stated that he gotten in between his mother and father, and then it became physical between Blank and his father, Joshua. Blank stated that they were wrestling around the house and then it broke up. Blank stated that his father went outside and started stabbing the van. I made contact with a female inside the residence in the front room. The female and I walked to the backyard, where I then got a statement. The female verbally identified herself as J Crisman. Kaylee stated the incident started because her children are grounded to their room for actions they did. Kaylee stated that they weren't supposed to have a chair in their room, and as of last night, she did not believe that there was one in there. This part, for me, when I was reading it, I was so confused. Because they weren't supposed to have a chair in their room? What? And as of last night, she did not believe that there was one in there. Kaylee stated that this morning, her boyfriend, Joshua Crisman, who is also the children's father, found a chair in their room and became upset. Kaylee stated that Joshua wanted her to deal with it. Kaylee became very upset and an argument started. During the arguing, Joshua broke the computer inside the residence and punched holes in the wall. Kaylee stated that the arguing got worse and then it became physical between them. Kaylee stated this was occurring in the dining room. Kaylee stated that Joshua came up to her and started chest bumping her while yelling at her. Kaylee stated that she pushed Joshua away from her and called for her son, who was 14 years old, to help her. Blank and Joshua then got into a physical fight, and Kaylee stated that they were grappling. Kaylee stated that she believes that Blank was getting choked out and Joshua stopped. Kaylee stated that Joshua then went outside and threw a pumpkin at their van. God, he hates this van. And dented the back hatch. Kaylee stated that Joshua then used a knife and started stabbing the van until deputies arrived. Kaylee advised that the incident occurred in front of her children. Kaylee provided the names and birthdays of the children. I then spoke with Corporal DeWitt. He stated that he obtains photographs of the scene. I then spoke with Corporal Parker, who had spoke with Joshua and Blank about the incident. Corporal advised that while Blank and Joshua were fighting, Blank received a mark on his forehead and neck. They also spoke to Joshua about the incident. Joshua stated that at the beginning of the argument between Joshua and Kaylee threw a pack of cigarettes at Joshua but missed. Corporal Parker stated that Joshua and Kaylee started chest bumping each other, and that is when Kaylee pushed Joshua away from her. Corporal Parker stated that is when Blank came into the dining room and the argument became physical between Blank and Joshua. Joshua started a blah. Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I kind of miss MySpace too. That'd be fun if they brought that back. All right, so now let's take a gander of just some things I saw that were interesting to me. We've all heard this rumor. I don't know where the hell it came from. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it was proven not true. But I know we've all heard that they had this damn pig roast the weekend before, which I found really interesting because Mr. Crisman over here would obviously have access to pigs for such roast. So I found that interesting. And I just did some trolling of the wife's Instagram. This is obviously 2020. This is 3 years after the crime. But I just was like, oh, they like to take old cars and like refinish them. That's interesting. Oh, Carl was Mr. Crisman's father, and he was also a member of the Masonic Lodge. And I believe he was in the ticking time bomb. Are you there? Can you confirm or deny the dad was in the KKK? Open the link. I think a pig roast is like food. I didn't even know there was like another thing. Do I want to know? Ah, okay. Now that I can read the chat, I can get info from you guys less. He is a wizard. Wild. Oh, his LinkedIn. I don't think I got a picture of everything, but I found it interesting that after the murders in 2018, he started going to school for computer stuff like tech, IT, coding, all that stuff. He went and did multiple certifications and shit like that, but he never used it for work. Skinny, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Trying to get me in trouble. I'm already struggling tonight. Help. So, yeah, they do now. It's so funny to me that, like, you have no online identity, but you have a fucking LinkedIn with your whole life story. I have been a truck driver for most of my adult life, for other companies or myself. I have owned and operated a small transportation company with my wife for the last couple of years. But recently we started our own remodeling and restoration company looking for a career and life change for myself and my family. Blah, 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 blah. And then they've got this company where they do restoration and stuff. The wife's all over the internet. Oh, let me look. DB, where? DB, can you try to drop it again? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Because this delay sucks so bad, I am going to drop a link. Feel free to hop on because I can't really respond to the chat accordingly because of the delay we have going on. Probably be just better if some of you hop on. Yeah. I mean, he dedicated some time to that shit, too. Skinny. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Yeah, here it is. Certification 2018, 2018, like multiple months. Here's Daddy. I missed it too. DB! DB, help! But the former probate went on Prof's channel a while back and told his story about his Valhalla initiation that involved a pig roast. Okay! And what do we have? A weird ass crime scene that is made to look a certain way for what reason? Well, it would make a lot of sense if they had to do an initiation. It makes a fuck ton of sense. I think that is it. Let me get his dad's face off there. It's kind of creeping me out. Oh, by the way, the wife had to meet me. Oh, girl. What you doing? Actually, let me not play about that, because if they really hear this, then he might hurt her. Because those are the kind of people we are dealing with. All right. I gotta get that link. Link. Why can't I click this? There we go. Alrighty. Oh boy, the face of the clan today. This is January 1st, 2012. I ain't reading all that. You reading all that? Oh jeez, his criminy. Oh wow, can you get banned for showing that? I feel like that's as bad as showing like Nazi paraphernalia. Are y'all trying to get me banned? I don't blame you. I know, but like these pictures are terrible. Is he in this one? How can you? Oh. Denton. That's all they had for pictures. It was just them dressed up in that BS. Okay, now Whoa. What the hell? What the fuck? No, no. Well. Okay. So, what I wanted to do before I let you lovely people go I want to look at those questions for him now. Let's get that ratchet in here real quick. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Familiar. Military. Yes. Intelligence. Just got all that coding and IT shit. Suspect likely possesses a sense of entitlement and a lack of empathy. I mean, bros in the KKK. Possible occupation, a skilled tradesman or someone working in a hands-on thing. He knows how to slaughter pigs in the way that they believed the girl's wounds looked like. A loner, someone struggles with social interactions. He doesn't even have like a social existence. He's like hidden from the world, which I find very odd. It's almost like he got all those IT things and all the coding to make himself disappear off the internet. Why? And he does not like chairs. Does not. Oh, I forgot. Here we go. Okay. We're gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over here. That one's from 2020. I want to go backwards. All right. All right, this one is 2007. He was arrested for domestic battery. This was against, you guessed it, Kaylee. Oh my God. Okay, so that's all the way back in 2007. In their 20s back then. This next one's also 2007. Another felony, another domestic battery. Fun shit. 2007, just a misdemeanor, false reporting. I would bet anything he like false reported his wife for domestic battery. Just have a feeling. Alright, let's go over here. Ooh. So this is a fun one. Felony, 2008. Burglary, criminal confinement, resisting law enforcement, sale or possession of a switchblade, domestic battery, residential entry, neglect of a dependent, resisting law enforcement, criminal recklessness, interference with reporting of a crime, and criminal mischief. Okay, so that last one, if you notice the date, I think was like 2009 still. 2008, 2009 still. So that's the last arrest we have, at least in Indiana, for him. I don't know if he got arrested in other states we don't know about. But the next arrest is in July of 2017. Like 8-9 years later. It's like he had a time period where he was doing good. Right? So this hits July 2017. Now we are in November, still 2017. Domestic battery with bodily injury of a person under 14. Battery resulting in bodily injury. He is not dead. He is very much alive. All right, then this one is November 2019. So he had a couple really bad ones in looks like a year or so. Domestic battery committed in the presence of a child less than 16. Disorderly conduct, engages in fighting or tumultuous conduct. (2020) felony 6, November. God, it's something about the month of November for this guy. Sheesh. Again, domestic battery committed in the presence of a child less than 16 years old. And they've had multiple filings of dissolution of their marriage, and they never go through with it, which is really sad. I feel it's just probably horrible. So I want to say I feel bad for him. Yeah. So I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying he did it, y'all. I'm just saying it's interesting information. I'm just saying it's interesting. Not saying he did it. But this guy has the most violent history I've seen of our suspects. Except maybe Ron. I don't know. Ron's probably got a mile high. I almost, in my head, if I was to speculate, which I am speculating, I am entirely speculating. This whole show is me speculating. I would almost feel like this guy would be the one who was at whatever party they thought they were having, whatever little initiation they thought they were having. This guy strikes me as the one who was like, all right, let's make it violent. I don't know. I've done anything to maybe innocent as pie. But it's interesting. And Westball, yeah. And Westball was like high on the point scale. All right, y'all. That's all I got for you tonight. I hope y'all have fun. I'm sorry about the delay. I'm going to try to figure this out before we do this again. Something with a disconnect between the restream and the YouTubes. So, have a great night, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.